Live, local, accurate. The VBC News at 11, 10:45, 9:30, 9:15. With Junior, the news starts now.
Cross-campus confusion, child check-in challenges, perilous preaching predicaments. Yes, Valley Baptist Church is in a state of quandary, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot sustain these 4 services any longer. And I, Junior Stratolopoulos, have been hired by the senior pastors of this great church of ours to explain why there can be 4 no more. First, let me start by explaining what the changes will be. We're moving from 2 buildings to 1. We're changing from 4 services to 3. We will have 2 blended services and 1 contemporary service. We're replacing all of the restrooms with coffee bars. We're replacing the information booths with coffee bars. The reason for these changes? The first one is what I like to call the perfect storm of humanity. This takes place when we have 4 systems of people colliding in one front. This occurs south of the big fountain and north of nowhere, between the main sanctuary and the children's building. This high-pressure situation is caused by the release of worshipers coming out of 2 different services, while at the same time nearly 100 Sunday school classes are ending and beginning in the same 30-minute period. Then, intermingled showers of parents dropping off their kids in the midst of teenage tornadoes descending from who knows where. I don't mean to be a naysayer, folks, but someone's going to get hurt, and it could be you. The second reason is related to our schedule of events on a Sunday morning. At this point in time begins an inter-service coordination between Hector, Brother Gary, Pastor Roger, and Pastor Brandon's Sunday school system. To succeed any given Sunday, all of these people must sequentially manipulate their schedules in a symphonic arrangement of military precision. In a nutshell, this is what happens. Sunday school starts, Sunday school ends. Hector starts, Brother Gary begins, Sunday school begins again. Hector stops, Pastor Roger begins, Pastor Roger ends. Hector begins again, Brother Gary ends. Pastor Roger begins again, Hector ends. Pastor Roger ends, Sunday school ends, Hector starts, Gary begins. Sunday school begins for the 3rd time. Hector stops, Pastor Roger begins to preach his 3rd sermon. Then Pastor Roger ends. Hector begins again. Brother Gary ends. Pastor Roger begins for the 4th time. Again, Hector ends. Pastor Roger ends, Sunday school ends, and the Exodus begins. And if we do not change soon, it will all end. This is Junior Stratolopoulos saying, 4 no more, or it's war. Good day.